Welcome everybody, thanks for joining me. We're going to go through an observing program for late winter, early spring here called Hunting the Lion, Observing and Imaging Targets in Leo. For many, the constellation Leo is considered a centerpiece of the spring sky with Virgo, Coma Berenices, Ursa Major, all those wonderful spring constellations that are high up in the sky as we approach into spring. However, for me, Leo signifies really the arrival of late winter and heralds the coming of those spring constellations. By the 1st of February, Leo was rising about 10 o'clock p.m. and by 11 to 12 a.m., 11 p.m. to 12 a.m., it was high enough to where you could actually begin observing in it and begin making observations there. It boasts everything. It has bright, beautiful double stars. Some of the most distinct galactic galaxy clusters that you can see in amateur equipment. The observing list has something basically for everyone, I believe. If you only have 4 to 8 inches of aperture, the beginner's list is perfect for you to enjoy. You may also try for some of the objects on the intermediate list. I don't ever want to say don't try for something. Even if it's pushing the limiting magnitude of your scope, give it a try. What's the worst that happens? You don't see it. You may surprise yourself with what you actually see. Challenge yourself. If you have a telescope of 10 inches or more, aperture or more, or you're imaging, then most of the entire list is possible. We're going to start with objects targeted for beginning observers or those moving with lower aperture, and moving to objects for intermediate observers that will probably require a little more aperture there. We'll then move on to some of the deeper and more challenging objects in Leo. And basically, as we go through this, we'll talk about all of them are basically possible for imaging. And if you're imaging, there's such an abundance of targets here that you can go after. Just don't just focus on the Leo triplet. Go after some of the other triplets that are out there. There's a lot of them. There's some wonderful Hickson groups to image too here. So anyway, lots to look at here. Level 1, the Pride. We're seeing the Pride of Lions in the distance. Regulus, Alpha Leonis, it's a brilliant blue-white star. Look for its 8 magnitude companion. Algebra, one of the finest gold-orange double stars in the sky. Take a look at that one. It's well worth it. I love to see it. M65, M66, NGC 3628, the Leo triplet. Start with a wide field eyepiece and then bring magnification to each object by itself. Look at it both ways. Just beautiful coarse triplet there. M95, a beautiful barred spiral galaxy. 96, it's a bright compact intermediate spiral near M95. M105 is a bright smooth elliptical. You'll be able to see that when you look at it. 3384 shares the field with M105. It's a bright lenticular, pretty easy to see right there. 3384, it shares the field with M105 again. Bright lenticular, like I said. 3377, elongated elliptical near the M96 group. Iota Leonis is a tight, challenging binary. It's great for testing collimation if you're using a Dob. NGC 2903 is a massive bright spiral on the lion's nose. It's often considered the one Messier missed. If you've never seen 2903, go after that one. Image it, sketch it, observe it. It is well worth the time to see that one. It's one of my favorites. Off the beaten path. That's just, Messier should have picked it up. 54 Leonis is a pretty pair of blue-white stars, well worth the view. 3521, bright Falkland spiral galaxy. It has mottled texture, worth the time. R Leonis, it's a famous variable star that glows with an intense, eerie red hue, and it does vary in intensity, so if you observe it multiple times over the season, you may see some difference in there, especially year after year. We're going to go to the Stalking Hunt level 2. This is the intermediate. 3607, it's a leader of a nice trio of elliptical, and 3608 is right next to it, so you'll be able to get that. 3626, compact bright lenticular. 3190, it's the centerpiece of Hickson 44. Go after that. Challenge yourself if you have the aperture or you're imaging. 3190 has a beautiful dust lane if you can see it. 3193, bright round elliptical in the group. 3187, it has an S-shaped member of the group. You need steady air to see the arms. It's great in imaging. 3185, fourth member of the Hickson 44 quartet. Then you have 3810. It's a face-on spiral. Very, very bright nucleus on that one. 3371, it's a faint companion to the M105 group. You may make it out when you see it at the beginning list. When you look at 105, give it a try. See if you can make it out. 3655, it's a small, but because it's small, it has a very high surface brightness, and it's a spiral. 3412, distinct bright edge-on lenticular. I love edge-on galaxies. I find them fascinating. 3412 is another distinct bright edge-on. Like we just talked about that. 3489, it's an elongated galaxy with a very stellar-like core. 3041, faint large spiral, great test for dark sky transparency because it's like M101 because it's so dispersed and it's so large. The surface brightness is low on that one. 3681 is a part of a trio near the hind legs of Leo, and 3684 is the partner to 3681. Look for the subtle brightness gradient. Again, another one to image that's really good for another trio. Then we're going to move into the advanced area, the lion's heart, getting really close into the lion. 3169, it's a distorted spiral interacting with 3166. Look for the gravitational tugging between these two, especially if you're imaging. 3593 is a small thin needle galaxy located just south of the triplet, another wonderful one to go after. 3646, large strange ring galaxy. Look for the oversized outer shell on that one. 3226 is a dwarf elliptical interacting with the larger 3227, which is a Seyfert galaxy. It means it has an active galactic nucleus. The black hole is actively feeding right now and putting stuff out. So take a look at that. 3301 is a very thin edge-on galaxy, one of my favorites to go after for edge-on. 3605, a tiny faint elliptical tucked near the much brighter 3607. 3507 is a barred spiral buried in the field of a bright foreground star, so it's because those stars kind of make it a challenge for you to see it. 3021, small spiral famous for being used to calibrate the Hubble constant. 3686, a beautiful faint-on spiral with low surface brightness, spread out again. IC630 is a very small, faint galaxy. It will test your use of averted vision. And all these ones, you're probably going to use a lot of averted vision on them. 3367 is a face-on spiral. It grows with slight asymmetry. And 2911, a faint, distinct galaxy in the northern reaches of the constellation, often overlooked. From there, we're going to jump into the deep main. We're really getting into the line now. These are ultra-challenging objects. Excellent transparency is needed, high magnification, dark skies, and you're going to really have to practice averted vision on these. You got Leo 1. It's a dwarf Cephereal galaxy. It's hiding in the glare of Regulus. See if you can get it. That's a good challenge there. You have Hickson 57, Copeland's septet. It's 7 tiny galaxies in a field of only 5 degrees across. Great for an image. Includes 3748, 3754, 3750, 3751, 3745, 3753, and 3746. Fun one to go after. In 3190, can you actually see the dust lane that splits the galaxy's disk? Able 1367 in the Leo cluster, it's hunting 20 plus faint fuzzies in one high-powered field. It's a challenge. See if you can get it. Leo 2 is another dwarf galaxy. It's much fainter and elusive than Leo 1. Good challenge. In 3628, if you have the right outstanding transparent skies at a very dark site, I have seen this a couple times. There's a faint tail, even visually, that will come off of 3628. It will show up if you image it. It's wonderful to capture an image, but if you're visually observing, see if you can grab it. IC2497, small faint galaxy associated with the famous Hanny's Vorwerp from about 10 years ago. It needs high aperture imaging to see that one. That's very faint. NGC 2912, it's a tiny star that's been mistaken for a galaxy. Take a look at it and see why people mistake it in the past for a galaxy. And then Leo A, another dwarf galaxy, extremely low surface brightness, and it's a member of the local group. See if you can pick it out. So finalizing the hunt, it's more than just a constellation for the deep sky observer or imager. It's a gateway to the distant universe. Using a telescope, likely 10 inches or larger for most of this, if you're doing visual, you're moving beyond merely seeing these objects into the realm of observing their actual structure. From the majestic dust lane of the Hamburger Galaxy to the nearly invisible ghostly glow of Leo 1 or 2, this list offers an incredible safari trip of exploration within a single patch of the sky. Remember, aperture and contrast. For visual observing, your telescope has the light gathering power, so the use of a UHC or O3 filter is really not necessary. These are galaxies, not nebula, so they're really not going to, a filter's not going to help you on this. So dark skies and high contrast are your best friends, as I mentioned here. Use averted vision. For the deep main objects, remember to look slightly to the side of the object to use the more light-sensitive rods in your eyes to see it a little bit better. And don't be afraid to push the magnification if the sky allows it, especially in the compact Higgson groups. You'll be able to separate their galactic cores a little easier. Here's a link to the Google Doc, so you can go to File and make a copy and put it on your own Google Drive if you want it virtually, or I've attached the PDF below. I will be, just so you know, for those who are members of the site and paying members, and thanks to Andrew Witt for being a stargazer, a contributing member, I will be breaking this down, going into the details of the objects based on observations that I've had, and breaking them down both by the beginner, then the intermediate, and then the 2 advanced lists. And I'll be posting that, but that will only be accessible to free members and contributing members. Have a great one. Hope you have clear skies. Hope you have fun with this one. There's a lot of great objects in here to go after, regardless of how you approach the hobby. We'll catch you next time. Hopefully I can get out tonight. Have a good one.